The big day is finally here. I am monetized on YouTube. Woohoo! Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be breaking down all of the steps for the YouTube monetization process. So if you're wondering what exactly it takes to get monetized, then keep on watching. For many new YouTubers, one of the very first questions that they ask is,
how can I start making money from my videos?
And then they get a little disappointed when they realize they can't make money right away. There's actually a process and some requirements that YouTube has in place before you're eligible for monetization. So I've been on YouTube about 6 months, and it really took about 6 months to the day for me to be eligible to be monetized, which is pretty crazy. I think a lot of people go into YouTube thinking it's super easy to get monetized on YouTube, or you can get monetized right away. And unfortunately, that's not the case. So I'm gonna go ahead and break down the entire process to get monetized, so that way you know exactly what you need to do in your channel, not only so you can be eligible to be monetized, but also so you can speed up the process and get monetized faster. So in order to be eligible for ads on YouTube, you have to apply to the YouTube Partner Program. This is the program where they run all of the ads. Before you even apply, you have to meet certain requirements. So I'm gonna put the full list right here, but I'm gonna talk about the two main ones that everyone focuses on. The first big requirement is you need to have 1,000 subscribers. Now this can be really deflating for new accounts because gaining that first 1,000 is really a grind. And I actually have a video all about my journey to 1,000 subscribers, and I talk about all the factors and strategies that really led to my success to getting my first subscribers pretty fast. So depending on your account, getting 1,000 subscribers could be pretty quick. You could do that within a few weeks or months, or it could take a long time. Every account and every channel is different, but it doesn't matter who you are, you still need to have 1,000 subscribers. Now, the reason YouTube requires that is because they want to make sure that you are a credible, established channel. Back in the day when nearly anyone could get their videos monetized, there were a lot of really shady accounts and they would put ads on there. So YouTube put these more stringent requirements in place in order to increase the barriers to entry to get ads, but to also kind of weed out all of the filth. Not saying that's not still on YouTube, but you know what I mean. Now, the next big requirement is you need 4,000 hours of public watch time within the last 12 months. So these can't be private or unlisted videos. Now that within the last 12 months is key because you can have tons of views from years ago, but if you don't have active watch time minutes now, Google isn't going to consider you for their partner program. They want people who are continually contributing to the channel, that are helping to get more views on their platform. So they're only going to give monetization to those accounts that are active on the platform. 4,000 hours of watch time equates to 240,000 minutes. So I look at both. I look at the minutes and I look at the hours, but you just have to make sure that you do the right conversion to make sure you're looking at the right number. Now, 4,000 hours of watch time, as a new YouTuber, that is completely daunting. Now, if you are sitting here and you're thinking,
how the heck am I gonna get 240,000 hours of watch time?
Just keep watching, because after I talk about the entire process to get monetized, I'm gonna give some tips on how to speed along the process to make it easier for you. All right, so I'm gonna go into YouTube Studio so that way you can see exactly where you see these statistics, how you can track it, and where you need to go to apply for the YouTube Partner Program. So first up, you'll want to go to your analytics. This is where you'll be able to see your dashboard of all of your big statistics. The main ones that we are looking for is watch time and subscribers. Now this just shows the last 28 days, so I'm going to expand it out to the last 365 days. Because remember, you need 4,000 hours of public watch time within the last 12 months. So as you can see, this is my channel. And within the last year, I have 4,100 hours of watch time. I actually hit my watch time number a few days ago, so it has gone up a little bit since then. And since we're looking at the last year, the number of subscribers is going to show you the number of subscribers that you gained within the last year. And I actually had my channel for a few years, but I didn't really do anything with it. I think I had maybe one video. So I did have a few subscribers from before. But for the YouTube Partner Program, you do not need to have 1,000 subscribers within the last year. It's just 1,000 subscribers. So that's why it's better to look at the real-time number right here, and you can see that I have over 1,000 subscribers. So check. I've hit those two things. It's time to navigate to this monetization tab. Now, before you're eligible, all you really are gonna see here is the little dials for subscribers and for watch time to see how close you are to being eligible. There's also some links to the YouTube Partner Program and to the YouTube monetization rules, so that way you can make make sure that you are following those rules for when it comes time to be monetized. So once you are eligible, you will go to the monetization tab and you can see right here, there are 3 steps. The first one is to review the partner program terms. So basically you have to click and read the partner terms and then click a button that says I accept. So I've already approved this, so that's why this is already checked. Now the next one is to sign up for Google AdSense, but really you need to pay attention to right under here where it says you need to link your Google AdSense account. So yes, you do need to apply for Google AdSense, but you have to link it right here. So real quick, let me give you just a quick breakdown about Google AdSense and that whole process. So the Google AdSense program is owned by Google, which owns YouTube, but they are 2 separate things. The YouTube Partner Program is the program that allows you to put ads on your videos, but Google AdSense is a separate ad account where you manage ads, you create ads, let's say if you have a blog or a website, and then where you get paid. So you need to have a Google AdSense account so that way when you're ready for monetization, you just put your Google AdSense code or your number in your application. Now, the Google AdSense program actually has its own set of rules and requirements and its own timeline to get approved. You have to fill out an application, let them know about your blog, or in this case, your YouTube channel, put some personal information, what you want to use the ads for, and they are then going to mail a physical postcard to your house and it has a little pin on it. So that way they know that it really is you, you are a person, and then you'll take that pin and you'll put it back in the application. But after that, you are not done yet. You have to connect your bank account to your Google AdSense account because you want to get paid, right? Now, this takes a few days because once you put your bank account information, YouTube is going to deposit a very small amount just to make sure that this bank account is legit. It's a few pennies, it's like 11 cents, 13 cents, and then you have to go back to the Google AdSense application page and put in how much exactly Google deposited in your account. And then once that's verified, Google will withdraw that money because even though it's just a few cents, you didn't earn that, so that's technically Google's money. And then finally after this point, your Google AdSense account is set up. So can you see why it's very, very important to set up your Google AdSense ahead of time? It is a very meticulous, long process, and so since you have the time, you want to make sure that that is set up and ready to go, so that way your account can almost just go into automatic review once you're eligible. Now, the last step in the channel monetization process is to have your application reviewed. Now, there isn't necessarily any application that you have to fill out. It's just you've checked boxes 1 and 2 and it sends off your application to the team to review your channel. This step happens automatically, so there is nothing that you need to do here. And if you're wondering what exactly is the criteria that they are going to be assessing your channel on to give you the thumbs up or the thumbs down, they actually have a link right here on this YouTube monetization policies. So if you click on that, you can see here are the few things that they are looking at when they are checking your channel. Overall, they're going to do a check to make sure that your channel aligns with their policies. So they're going to look at the main theme of your channel. They're going to look at your most viewed videos. They're going to look at your newest videos. They're going to look at the videos that have the largest proportion of watch time. And they're also going to look at the video metadata. That's titles, thumbnails, descriptions, just to see that everything with your channel is kosher and something that they are okay with putting ads on. And after you've applied, it's the waiting game. Now, after a few days, or more likely weeks, you are going to get an email saying that you are now authorized and accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. At that point, it is time to start putting those ads on your videos. So now I'm going to share a few tips on what you can do to expedite the process so that way you can get monetized on YouTube fast. Now, in my experience, I found that the rate of subscribers and watch time was more or less the same. I actually hit the number of subscribers, 1,000, and the 4,000 hours on the exact same day. But what I've seen is most people do get their 1,000 subscribers, but they really struggle to get the 4,000 hours of watch time. And that makes a lot of sense because when you first start your channel, it's easier to get people to subscribe because all you have to do is spam your friends, family, coworkers, colleagues, your best friend, sister's boyfriend's brother's girlfriend, and hey, all they have to do is click a button and they are a subscriber. Whereas the watch time, it is a lot harder to get people to actually sit and watch your videos. Now, one way to increase watch time is to have longer videos. So let's show an example of this so you can see exactly what I mean. Now, in this example, to make it simple, I'm going to assume that everybody watches the entire length of the video. We know that is not true, but just for simplicity, we're going to go with that. So we have that 4,000 hours of watch time, and we're going to times it by 60, so that way we have our 240,000 hours. This is what you need within 12 months for your channel. Now, let's say we have just one video, and our one video is 2 minutes long. So it's a very short video. So we're gonna have to divide that by 2, which means we're gonna have to get 120,000 views on that one little video. But those are some pretty big numbers. Now let's compare that to a video that is 10 minutes long. So it's the 240,000 divided by 10, which is only 24,000 views. Now let's do this example with a 15-minute video. So 240,000 divided by 15, that's only 16,000 views. Now, obviously you don't want to just put a 10-hour video up on YouTube because no one is gonna watch that and they're gonna lose interest. But this example is just to show how it is in your best interest to have longer videos. Now, this example is just with one video, and you can see how you really have to bank on that one video doing pretty well. So that goes into my next tip, which is to have lots of content and consistent content. If you start putting out a video once a week, let's say each video is 10 minutes long, you go from having just 10 minutes on your channel for people to watch to 20 minutes, to then 30 minutes the next week, to then 40 minutes the next week. So you can see that the more videos that you put out, you exponentially increase your watch time on your channel, which is huge. Because again, you don't really know what videos are going to take off or not. I have one video on my channel that has over 30,000 views. I have another one with around 10,000, and then I have a handful of ones that have less than 1,000 views. Some just have 100 or 200 at this point. I put the same amount of effort into all of those videos, but then once I publish them, it's really up to the YouTube algorithm to whether it's going to show up in search or they're going to be suggested. I don't know either way, but could you imagine if I would have only made one video and it's one of my videos that's less popular and I was banking on that being the one to get me monetized? No good. So I definitely saw this in my channel. The very first few months when I didn't have that many videos, my watch time was just inching along. Maybe it was 10 hours a day, maybe one was 12. And I remember one day I got 20 hours of watch time. And I remember calculating, okay, if I got 20 hours every single day, how many months would it take me to be monetized? And I was so pumped. But then as I continued to release more and more and more videos, my watch time is skyrocketing. Now I'm getting anywhere from 50 to 60 hours of watch time every single day, and it's exponentially increasing. So you can see that the more content you have out there, the more opportunities you have for people to find and watch your videos. Now, my next tip is to have bingeable content. So if someone finds your videos and they like it, you need to have a series of videos related to that content so someone can then go and watch the next one in the series. For me, one of my top performing videos is this video right here, how to win Instagram giveaways. So then all of January, I just did a whole bunch of videos on Instagram giveaways, how to set up an Instagram giveaway, what are the rules, what are the requirements, and that series of videos has done really well because people find it through that video in search, which is doing really, really well in search, and then they are suggested other videos in the series and they sit and they watch more of those. So they binge a ton of my videos, which helps me because I'm getting more watch time on my channel. So it is definitely in your best interest at the beginning of your channel to have videos on the same topic, because not only will people say, hey, this is what this person's an expert in, I'm going to subscribe, which helps you with your 1,000 subscribers, but they're gonna find your video, like your video, and start watching your other videos. Versus if you have a random video about this or this or this, and they're all over the place, they might have liked your one video, but they don't like the other content that you have, so they're not gonna watch it. So again, the more videos that you have, the more opportunities people have to find your videos and to watch your videos. Do not just do one video and call it good, because it's gonna take you an awful long time to do that. Now, my next tip to speed along the YouTube monetization process is to sign up for an AdSense account ahead of time. A lot of people, they get their hours, they get their subscribers, they click the button and then find out, oh crap,
I have to apply for this other program, Google AdSense.
And the Google AdSense has a different application process, which takes a few weeks. So that can be a huge bottleneck and hold you up into getting monetized. You've already worked so hard up until this point to get monetized, you don't want to delay it any further. All right, so I hope you found this helpful and that it demystified the YouTube monetization process. It really isn't that bad. It can be frustrating, especially as a new YouTuber, but I know that if you do those tips and you're really consistent with your channel and you continue to put out great content, over time, you will be able to get there. Now, if you have any other questions about the YouTube monetization process, let me know in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. I'm happy to help. If you found this video helpful, let's give it a like. My goal is to get 1,000 likes on this video because you need 1,000 subscribers, so let's do that. And then if you want more videos on YouTube and social media marketing tips, be sure to subscribe to join the tribe. That is all I have for today, and I'll see you next time.